Yes, children. Now let's we start the third chapter. Revision of third chapter. Your third chapter is fiber to fabric. Fiber to fabric. So what is fiber? You must have seen cotton, or if we talk about the plant fibers, then you can take an example of cotton. If you separate that cotton, small hairy structures, those small and very thin hairy structures are called fibers of cotton. Okay, and if we talk about animals, hair of animals are the fibers of animals. Okay, so as you know, you have studied in class 6 about the plant fibers. So in this chapter you have studied about the animal fibers. Okay, as you know that when we make cloth, we first, to make the cloth we need fibers, and after that fiber, how those cloth we can make from these fibers, that is called fabric. Means fabric is a cloth, unstitched cloth, which you can get from the market or which is prepared in the factories or industries. That is called fabric. It is a cloth only. Okay, which is coming in the market in the form of bundles, in rolls. Okay, so how we can prepare fabric from the fiber, that we have to study in this chapter. And you have studied in this chapter about two main fibers, or two main kind of animal fibers, we can say. First is wool, and second is silk. You remember that you have studied this chapter in the month of April. Okay, so what you have studied in the month of April in this chapter? Wool and silk. So wool, you know that wool we can get from the hair of animals, and animals pictures are also given in your book, you can see there, and you can take an example here. Which animals give us wool? Here you can take an example of sheep, goat, yak, or camel. Okay, and angora rabbit, or in some countries some birds are also used to get this wool. Okay, so in this way some animals are used here to get wool from those animals. Means we remove the hair of those animals, and after so many processes we can get that fiber, means the fabric. We can prepare the fabric from these kind of hair. And in case of silk, we will study in second part about the silk. Silk we can get from the silk moth. Okay, silk moth means that moth is a kind of insect. So in that insect we can get this silk. Silk is a, you know that it is a very costly fiber, and this silk we get from insect, which is called silk moth. So let's first we study about the wool. And as you know that in case of this wool, there are some processes which we adopt to get wool, or we can say we can prepare fabric, or we can prepare cloth from this wool or animal fiber. What are those processes? Let's revise one by one. In first step, this first step is shearing. Shearing means to remove the hair of animals with the help of some shears, those instruments which use to shave off those animals, those instruments are called shears, and that process is called shearing. Means under this process we remove the hair of animals. After this shearing, second step is scouring. Scouring. In this process, what we do, after getting those hair, we remove oil or dust or dirt, what is there present there. Means in animal hair some dust will also be present there, or dirt will be also there, or some dirty material are sticking with the hair. So those all the materials can be washed off and they removed with the help of this process. So this process is called scouring. Okay. So and third process is sorting. Under this sorting process, we sort out. Sort out means we separate out the fine fibers, means small size fiber and big size fiber, or we can say soft fibers or coarse or hard fibers. We separate out under this process, because with the soft fibers we prepare different kind of fabrics which are costlier as compared to coarse fibers, and those fibers which are hard or coarse, from that we can prepare the cheap kind of woolen clothes. Okay. So third process is sorting, and fourth process is drying. After sorting, we dry those hair, or we dry the wool or those fibers, and after drying, fifth step is dyeing. Dyeing means to color the fibers. Dyeing. Okay. And under this process, as you know, when we wear these woolen clothes are also coming under in different colors. So those colors are provided under this method. We can color the fibers. And sixth process is, after dyeing, then spinning. Okay, spinning means here we can make thread of fibers. From these fibers we can prepare the thread or yarn. We use the term yarn also. So here under this process we can make, we can twist the fibers and make yarn from this. Okay, and after this process then we can prepare fabric, means cloth, or if we talk about wool, with the help of knitting method. Knitting means bunna. As you know that knitting process can be done with the help of hands and with the help of machines also. Okay, so after this we can make fabric, or we can make that sweaters or all these other materials also with the help of knitting process. Okay, so under these processes we have studied about the wool. And next your topic is silk. Now what process we will adopt for the silk, that also you should know. How we get silk from silkworm or silk moth. Let's study about silk. In case of silk, you should know the life cycle of silk moth, because that is very important. Okay, and diagram also you should draw it, and you must have drawn in your copy. But in case of silk, you should know the life history of silkworm, means how it changes its different stages. So first, adult silk moth, it lays eggs. Okay, this is the first stage. When it lays eggs, its habit is there, it always lives on the mulberry trees. Mulberry are the different kind of some different category of trees that it used to feed on the mulberry leaves. So this adult lay eggs on the leaves of the mulberry tree, and after laying eggs, from the eggs larva comes out. Larva means it is just like a caterpillar. You have seen all around you that it is a larva kind of means a caterpillar kind of stage, and this larva feeds for many days on the mulberry leaves, and it consumes so much of mulberry leaves in the form of food, and after that it converts into this third stage, which is called pupa or pupae. Any word you can use, singular or plural. Okay, so pupa is a third stage, larva converted into pupa, and in this stage what happens that silk moth, it wraps so many fiber like material around these pupa, okay, around it for its protection, and under this stage it lives for few weeks, and this pupa, when wrapped around it, that silky fibrous material, that is called as cocoon. Okay, means when it wrapped inside those silk fibers or silky material, it will just look like this, in this way. Okay, pupa lives inside it, and around it so many fiber like materials are present here, and pupa is protected inside it, and after that this stage is called, or we can say wrapped pupa is called cocoon. Okay, so these cocoon are beneficial for us, means we use these cocoons, we collect all those cocoons from the mulberry trees, and then we boil them. After boiling, we can get these silk fibers from these pupa. Pupa will killed inside, and we can get these fibers from this this pupa or from this cocoon. Okay, and those pupae which are not collected by the human beings, they will be converted into adults again. Understand? Because those people who are culturing these silk moth, they also keep it in mind that all the pupae will not be destroyed, because if they destroy all the pupae, then how the adult will form, and how next generation will come, and how they will get silk again. Okay, so suppose if 10 pupae are there or 10 cocoon are there, then they only collect 5, and 5 they leave on the tree, so that they can change into adults, and adult will again they lay egg, and again they can get more and more cocoon from them. Okay, in this way we can get silk, and when we get this silk fiber after boiling this cocoon, and that silk fiber when we get from this process, then those silk fibers we dye them, means color them, and after that coloring we can prepare thread from them, silk thread, and from thread by the method of spinning we can make cloths also. Okay, with the help of looms, or in factories they can make silk fabric. Okay, so from silk also we can get this fabric. So these are the two animal fibers you have studied in chapter number 3. Okay children, so Jai Gurudev, we have studied now these, we have revised, we can say, these 3 chapters, and in next time I'll teach you the new chapter, chapter number 4. Okay, so bye bye. Jai Gurudev.